the morning coffee. Good morning. Today man gets tea. La de sip first me tea la wam de small more. Things they get cranky this morning. Very cranky. When I see the heading, what's your highlight as just global crisis, Why make Charles Mogo just put a heading or highlighter in that kind of manner? Global crisis. Well, we're going to talk of Salon Small again, We're going to talk of Sweden, the young participation with NATO lately. Also, a professor who they listen to his students there. Last week I be doing an episode about Thailand, and one of me students them they make a comment and also a contribution add about Taiwan. So today I can't for knock small on Taiwan. For some of you we don't know the history. I go on just giving a brief on it, what's in take place between the US and Taiwan, and what's in they go on recently as well, and also with China, and etc. We go talk small on Ethiopia. We go talk small also with TikTokers them. We salon TikTokers them. And etc. So those stats is early morning coffee proper this morning. Good morning, Tona. Big up, first and foremost, the irony one. And I not come for make a slight this morning. I not come for take it easy. But we'll go point them out as medicine. Well, Mrs. Aki-Sawyer, want to start with you this morning, yeah? With free tomato. When I wonder why make this small one start with Aki-Sawyer. Why make it one, pinch APC, the only lively source, maybe where they do something positively lately, we go carry the party to another level. Why make this small one catch this woman in crow? Okay, Mrs. Yvonne Aki-Sawyer, the mayor of Freetown. Yeah. Travel go Dubai in this there. It is Dubai right now. It is Dubai. While we go through a crisis. So we don't know first if not government money. Even though I don't believe say government go buy a ticket to go Dubai. But I be go do that. Now you no more for fly with Inkabal. Not to Aki-Sawyer. But let's continue. Whether they are NGOs them. Now your private, money where you say I need for go to Dubai. For go, involve or participate by this event where they invite them. Let me continue. 7 amazing individuals stay inside Dubai where they honored. And this comes from the mayor himself. Because I follow him. I would see him post. This na 100 Impact Award, at the gala or of galas or whatsoever last night now Dubai. Legendary rapper. Listen to this so this thing gets serious. And I will tell now why make this thing annoy me small before we hit the other topics there. Legendary rapper and record producer Mr. Will, and the architect also Mr. Sir David Ajayi. Mrs. Aki-Sawyer say, well, he feel inspired, or she was inspired by the amazing work that Will and her they do. That means the work Will and Will they do. And Will, now this rapper, now a great rapper, also a record producer in the States. He don't produce and do a lot of great hit songs there, with pop and R&B, and also rap, not just pop and R&B, but pop, R&B, and rap, But he say he inspired by the work what he and this man they do. Now let me continue with this work. Providing STEM, STEM, education, and robotic programming to over 11,000 kids. Listen this now. and they provide STEM education and robotic programming to over 11,000 kids from deprived community in, listen to this now, Los Angeles, California. Not for Africa, not for Saloon. Yeah, this now for Pekin, we then say they deprive, in certain communities them inside Los Angeles, California. So in they participate or involved in an activity which will for make sure say they provide STEM education for creating impact. So I get a concern and a question for Mrs. Aki-Sawyer. Since when we make you mayor in a salon, I believe say your greatest focus, we say for concern for make impact na salon. This na a third world country. We na a mess first we go through. Salon na a mess. For let you they spend your time, your energy, your resources for participate on something. We want for the diasporans them, not for Africa or Salon. This concern me. So now I make sometimes I can get an issue with them politicians say how they can go into politics. Whether they can go there for create opportunities for themselves. Same thing with the Minister of Education, Mr. David Senge. I be used for hit that button there. So far, he done the lobby or they create so many opportunities there for himself and the diaspora. Not for Salon or for Connect Salon. He go only mention that at the end of their statements them. So same thing with Mrs. Aki-Sawyer. So now you resource, your time, your energy, you not focus on Salon issue. You go Dubai just because of they invite you or nominees them where they try to create impact now the diaspora. Even though as well, yes, Mr. Sir David Ajayi, or so if not pronounce the last name, now the architect, and what's now your own purpose, Mrs. from Aki-Sawyer again. He say he also excited about Sir David and commitment to improving the built environment on our continent. The commitment to improve the built environment on our continent. That means Africa probably. So again commitment for improve, for build this environment, in South Africa. Where he committed, he don't do as an architectural or just a design. Or if not a businessman, an entrepreneur. Now me questions in this. If he committed, now invest, if they lobby for let people invest, or if they wait for me then call and say, will they pay you for go create or design something for we? That's some of the questions in this. So Mrs. Aki-Sawyer, I don't know, election just there around the corner. I don't know if they do the party justice or not. Again, if they do APC justice or not. But some of them things they are where they participate in, to me, no relevance to Salon context. No relevance. Not get any importance. As long as the impact to Salon be fostered or created, it's not worthwhile for Tasmo. And I believe they talk for the rest of the Sierra Leonean system. So let me continue. You spend your last nights in Dubai. We expect you back in a Salon. We get crisis, then so many crises inside Salon. So many. Yesterday, I will go into that issue there. But not to all taxi them in the run. Based on fuel issue. Certain talk go around and drivers they even afraid for going on street. First time yesterday, we saw a blunt pay 2,000 go, 2,000 come. I spent 10,000. 5,000 go, 5,000 come. Because fuel go up to 20,000 per liter. But now we continue. And these things don't they get crazy inside Salon. But I want to finish Mrs. Aki-Sawyer in talk, like conclude because now this waiting politicians like you always say. He say he also thrilled to connect with honorees to put Freetown on their agenda. He also thrilled for connect. He be happy we connect with honorees, people that they honor, for put Freetown, na their own agenda. So you go there, you say they waiting, they go sell Freetown. You want to put Freetown at their agenda. Where the agenda for be done day, as much as if they invite you, a government official, some of them proposals there, forbidden the part of the agenda. On this project where you go or this participation where you go participate inside Dubai. At least if you'll be able to present a topic, sell an idea, market a concept. But you go for support. That's what we go put here. Now supporters them. No, not come for lead. I go for it this. Today, anyone. It one small, but we'll start and slow. We'll get presidents in Africa, but we'll not get head of states them. I don't say a tricky what I just don't tell you so. Yeah, it's stars most you done yesterday and think of the philosophical, thoughts there. We'll get presidents in Africa, but we'll not get head of state. Because when they talk of presidents, like just a representative. A representative. Merely just there for represents the country. Can care less. Not too concerned. But when we begin to talk of head of state, the person where the head of state to govern the entire state or the country, they get concerned. So other countries and they get head of state, other countries and they make them a communist or socialist countries them, one party system, But we alone, our presidents that will get here, will not get head of states and not sober. So to me own views like the more you become rich, the more stupid and fool you become. The more you get power, you get money, you become the feel like say, you're powerful. Even if not that small village you did, but you're not the richest man of that village. You just feel like say you're above all things. You become stupid, you become a fool. We don't see that from great leaders them. And we see that from your African puppets them. Because we African leaders, not to leaders them, now puppets them. So they imitate or they mimic what's in other, leaders than they do. Or what's in other presidents than they do. Not to what's in head of states than they do. Let me continue. Now let's hit the next topic, but we'll come back to Salon. We're not done it. We're not done it. Excuse me. We're not done it. Salon the carry back. Sweden or Swedish. Well, the fire. Now this is what they can talk. Say you gotta put the firewood there near the fire stone that you set. Then eventually you go for light time. You have to prepare, the mechanisms there for cook before you put the pot. So Sweden, Alex say, starts the rampage. And Sweden or Swedish, not to a NATO, belong in any NATO contract or affiliation or partnership. But they get an alliance. Now, what's in Swedish they do? Or the Swedish Sweden people them, 11 NATO and Swedish IRS aircrafts them. Then they fly around Europe. Past few days, they fly around Europe. Also, they fly around the Baltic Sea region. They fly around Belarus borders. For secure the interests of all NATO alliance. Now we continue. So again, there are 11 NATO aircrafts there, plus Swedish the IRS there. Another intimidation. This is not intimidation again, because Russia don't start the spark. Then just the show say, then back there around right now they circulate. And I believe so while they fly around so, if they meet up any Russia fighter, craft, up space, now a conflict, somebody must take person down. Person must can down. But then our Russians and they can down, or NATO, or the allies them. But let me continue here. So the Baltic Sea, right now they're perfect for dominance. Now this Baltic Sea region. They're perfect for dominance. And we don't say much of a fight. Because again, NATO is Swedish, etc., etc. Don't they oversee this area? Don't they oversee this area? You know? Now we continue. And don't forget, here we get Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland around this territory. You know? And what in the Swedish people they don't do? They also don't double the manpower in the region. That they really show support to Ukraine. This, none of the island. They need to go behind us. They can't straight. So now we intentions than this. They don't deploy warplanes then to Belarus borders them. Swedish people there. And they don't give huge military aid package to Ukraine. Now let me continue. And not forget again, Swedish not they part of, or Sweden not they part of NATO. Not they part of NATO. But they get a participating joint operation together with NATO Air Force. You know? Now let me continue. Usai, I believe, see, you man Putin sit down right now, confused. Confused. Even though we get about 20 countries there, we'll just get an alliance with NATO. You know, just get an alliance with NATO, but not only part of NATO. And we got other countries there, maybe not to agree with NATO. You know, but this not a war, it go rough and tough for Russia. Because NATO, they all side. If I rush this message, we are not going to get the wisdom what Tasmo get for say. NATO, they all side. Including Salon, me and you with the talk so right now, or they interact right now with countries how they get an alliance with NATO. Then they could get the American embassy inside Salon. If anytime NATO ready for use with Abo, just like Academy used them during the World War I, you know, they want to use with Abo. Salon no go reject. Salon go accept. Because we get an alliance with NATO. Majority African countries then get alliance with NATO. All man they talk say, yes, once Babylon for Kandong, you know, the Americans and took past smack. But how you go able to fight somebody with the old side? Now we continue, huh? You know, so now we can think then thinking in the when I begin to rethink, you know, go able to fight sports with the old side. And people with the outside, they inside, outside, then they elect the United States of America. So let me continue. You know, so the US gets planes then, the RC, you know, I-35Ws or so, you know, Poland, Ukraine, Belarus airspace, you know, the Russian, the Western military region with the US. And the Swedish people there, then they fly, then they monitor, then they observe all the areas there. You know, starting with Poland, Ukraine, Belarus, airspace, Russian, Western military region, the US and Swedish forces, they take a slight. So they don't provide 5,000 anti-tank guns to Ukraine from Sweden. Also, mine clearing equipment for clear mines in case the Russians are going to set mines. They don't provide that. Also, drones and binoculars you know, for strengthening the military force or the might or the power, for make sure they conquer inside Ukraine. So, they get tigi. And again, what's going to go through Putin here by now? What's going to go to Putin here? You know, the support's probably will try for galvanize and go for be minimal. And the number one country where for the assist puts the first effort. Maybe another communist or socialist countries then go jump in. Then get crisis again. They make me headlines today. We talk on global crisis. Coronavirus they conquer against China. Or they don't start back the epidemic. So you see, Corona they affect China. Currently, people are on lockdown. But again, conflict took place a few months ago with the US and China regards to Taiwan. So my students, buckle up. You professor go reach to that topic very soon. Now let we talk small, low face come back salon inside. Mano, Madabio, Prezo, good morning to you, brah. How you do, brah? You know, don't forget Manengu, the ground is dry. You know, Prezo be say it's all the ground dry, ain't go soca. Say today no soca it. When they wait for them to soak the ground, how you go soca? Prezo. You see, if I ask you that question, they blunder back in the public. Because I believe say Prezo can go live, where he can talk from the aid. And then the full can come out. You know, if not take time, can blunder. And the best journalist for kitchen. But every journalist, I don't understand how people can ask questions here. You know, they see again at the media. The Prezo can get public meetings, so you go see them put mic before for talk to her, ask some question. It's not possible. Because ever since Prezo can have power, first two way he do, he call a meeting, he creates a dinner, he puts all the journalists them. I don't know now would I go with envelope, would I go with brown envelope, would I go with motoka, would I, you know, I don't know, I just talk. You know, it's subjected to Tasmo, you know. But ever since manager sets Motia, you know, if not better we sometimes we then at the media, we're not gonna get that thing. So President lock the whole thing. But they say they make the ground soak. Yeah. Now I don't understand the kind of president, sir. Because I want to say head of state, but you're not ready for head of state. You know? Things can just they go up and down. Well, not so down. I saw if we use the word down. That's I don't think they can do. Think they just to go up. Yeah. When I able to control things, they all talk of authority. If you're not a person with authority, you're in authority, ready for control and govern your country, the head of state, about failed crisis, price couldn't control, yeah? Price couldn't control. You go buy cement safe now, no problem. Single panels, one panels, now 30,000 for one leaf. 30,000 for one leaf. The bundle, 20 leaf, 600,000. Yeah? So, but come on, go soak this rain season. But come on, go for soak. You know, when I go think so, they talk say soak now, then upline there. When I ready na free so, when I go for soak. You know, the pambody and boku. So, anything on our votes for Prezo, you know, the ground, it dry, it dry. You know, I go thank you to some of me audience them, you know, me fan members them. And it makes sometimes Charles Muslims they survive. You know, I make oil still in at the boy face. But also government so not government's a lie. But anyway, Prezo, I don't talk this talk for peace your fool. Hey, come here, I understand you, yeah? Big. Tell them they relax. That convo will be tell but then chill, but me no come for me. Me no come for me, bro. I get hook for you, yeah? Good morning, Madabio. His Excellency. They can call a doctor. You know, don't talk for land book, you know, they begin call and force. Well, you know, see, when you become a doctor, they go just call you a professor. If you're a master's, you know get any major title because you just learn. Yeah, that make it tough for good doctor, so you know. Tough for good doctor. Yeah. So maybe when you put doctor before your name, it go feel good like say in somebody. You know, man, you go only be somebody where they do something for you people, and they hail you, they hail you up, they praise you, they glad for you. Now you know somebody, they say this man don't create an impact. You know? Me, the book business, I doctor, for just don't pull out, let me just call you B.O. or Madabio. Yeah, but we respect you, we'll still put on a title. Dr. Julius Madabio, His Excellency. I salute you this morning, sir. You know? No provocation, so you know, so you're my partner. You just not can call me no more way to travel. Not can call me. I don't need to tell you. Call me, I had to go with you. Let me listen to what Salomon talk. Me had to go with you. Lord continue. Good morning, Tona. Once more. Mara bio. Fatima bio, don't, well, I don't say it go don't vex, no vex so. Fatima bio, no vex so. You know, it's what's happening. I post something in my group. Will Smith go punch, Cris Rock, by award. This just happened, recently. Will Smith. Say Will Smith back and be a comedian, and be an actor. Don't they do movies there, they do music. Cris Rock back, now a comedian. Don't they do movies them. They all two are celebrities them. But the man Cris Rock, all man you want to say a comedian. So by this award, he make a joke about, Will Smith in WEF. About Jada, all of a sudden, Will Smith vex. He make comments about Jada being G.I. Joe. When G.I. Joe, part 2 also will come out, so will be released. Because 2 man and Tolo get. But Will Smith, I think say you punch go. Man, you punch you man at stage, live, you man just take and when I come back. Small, Cris Rock, they take you punch. Really soft, See, some of them with big celebrities, and these are the talk of more money, the more famous you are, more powerful you are, the more stupid, you become. The more stupid you become. You don't provoke people in wealth. They don't pay you for that. They don't provoke your own wealth. You go punch person on stage. But I'll continue. The person who can punch me just not for Mother Bill. TikTokers them. I want blast for them. But I see a post to make I got for relax small. Because what's it? I boy initiate. So like say them back don't start on. Them me TikTokers them. But Salon man want be celebrity, yeah? That is the first thing first. Man they take a easy again. All man then at every media platform. If not the dance you go see her. If not for the waist shaking. Them picking at the time when I say we need for create a strip club na salon, when I need they believe. Them picking the way they shake waist, they advertise this here na the media. Now free. Now TikTok they make money off them people there. They don't know that now TikTok na they empower. Now Facebook na they empower. Better slowly empower that local man we get the idea. People ain't gonna pay. All the baby woman, married woman, students them. I don't know if now loneliness can cause this. I don't know. Or now frustration can cause this. Or maybe you just broke up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You got to do something for show your boyfriend or your girlfriend so you still happy. Or you still inside. But I don't know, so I just put on an image, And no continue here. That talk will continue for talk long. We got that important thing here for talk, But with famous TikToker, the therapist, and back now don't join the music industry. Because tell me the money, all them TikTokers there, they don't say back now Nigerian music, they just they promote. What are going to do on TikTok? But we're not going to use Charles Muslims music. We're not going to use salon content. LJ now, Kema now, Emerson now, anybody now, Fine Face now, Rahim now, name it. Exubi now, name it. Use man music. But when they promote Nigerian music and Nigerian artists, all they when they on TikTok, they melt for other people and music them. When not able to sing on your name. When not able to make on your name. Not so when create the music, but when I can sing a Alexina on a writer. Fire na salon. Problem na salon. TikTok virus. A big bow. When I give it originality, I want some original things them, yeah? Don't need tire for the sing pan Ogama music. Any tone I do na Oga business. Promote local content. They will go respect to now small. But the therapists don't join the music industry. It released a brand new song entitled Knack. Knack. And then in Nigeria right now, Peter Komba, with 2 TikTokers them. the therapist and Peter Komba. Say the therapist in young people and they get small, Peter Komba now, the sufferer where they come up, but it don't begin to see light small. But when they see light, don't they talk too much. I just think about them about solo artists. That makes solo artists not prosper. Even though we got that thing there for talk, I just go for talker. As Solomon begin shine so, he begin bluff. He begin talk big talk. He begin talk arrogant talk. And then talk, then they will not reach no side. They face you can done quick. Because even if people don't want to help you, you get to one and now the vultures the way they bad at you, where they put type at you, they pray for the things and just put you down. So if you're not a pauper, I'll just send them an example. Come on from a poor home. Because most of nobody know about meter. Even though we can say some about meter. But we all come on at the same belly the same way. Nobody know about meter. Now the parents say where you meet, maybe I didn't get her. But Peter Komba, Tont Mumuya, Tont Mumute, you reach up there. Begin flash. The enemies are going to watch you. Now my advice to you, but the paper work on a song is in Nigeria. But why make them go work on a song is in Nigeria? Yeah? Dancing in Nigeria, they want to do the music, not to salon. So all man they run for go get, Nigerian flavor. Salon there was a time the anthems of West Africa. I am man they use for can learn. I am man they use for can get ideas. I am man they use for able for travel go to the diaspora. Now we they go now Nigeria. Not to just combat and go. Combat they try for the fame now. Not to start up. But no continue. Now low hit history small. Today I only one, low hit history small. Now for my students I make them buckle up. Today na an interesting day. Interesting day. Taiwan. Now what's that China again inside? Taiwan. Some of you know they wait for this. But before I hit that, I want to label small the significance or the importance of the years them. Starting with World War I, World War II, to World War III, to the Cold War. World War I, July 1914 to November 1918. 1914 to 1918, World War I. World War II, again September 1st, 1939 to 1945, World War II. Now let we go to Korean War. The Korean War, now be June 1950 to July 1953. The Korean War. And the Korean War gets a issue very related to this island of the talk of Taiwan with China and the United States. I will elaborate on that. Then we get the Cold War. The Cold War now from 1947, March 1947 to December 1991. The Cold War, 1947 to 1991. And this Cold War now a reflection of battle stem where it take place, the Battle of Bulge with the Bulge, and also the Battle of Stalingrad, and this all are inside Europe. Now let we continue for make you understand the concept of what's in Tasmo. They try for make una land today. Again, Taiwan, China, not happy. China not happy again with the recent activities in the past 5 months. Before we go into history, China not happy with recent activities there will happen within the past 5 months. US, the Americans them, they sent about 66 F-16 Viper jets them, fighter aircrafts them, for help the Taiwan people there, or the Taiwan government from any attack from China. This now 5 months ago. So they are making money. Then so sending 66 planes them. So Taiwan government, for support them from any attack what China go for make against them. This 5 months ago. And the US states that they for help any ally or allies of an interest. As long as you an ally or allies with United States, then they for secure and protect you. So also they get warships there where they patrol around this coast. Now they see all this make China not glad. All this they upset China. And also the United States they train the Taiwanese people. They train the Taiwanese soldier man. For the battle to come. Tigi one. For the battle to come. Now put them back again. Tigi one. Would they anticipate World War III? But let we continue, yeah. So that's not just a small recent of Taiwan, China, and the US. Now we can go into history. But all this, now for boost the Taiwan's in defense. Now let's start with the Korean War. We'll say this thing ignite. We'll say this thing ignite. Starting with the Korean War, June 1950 to July 1953. June 1950 to July 1953. Don't forget that. Korean War results so many conflicts them will lead to the interests of this strategic island what China still seek and demand, and Taiwan still they resist to remain independent, and the United States also gets the interest for many to remain. I will tell you now the history, you know whether right or wrong. Since the 1950s, and this conflict starts. Strategic island in Taiwan striked with the STRIATS. 1954 to 1955, a conflict. Then it continued again to 1958. The Taiwan striked geographically, or the proximity, of this island. Now listen out to this, so the proximity, now 2 miles from the mainland of the Chinese city of Xmen, if I pronounce it right, and Manzu, Mazu. 2 miles away from the Chinese city, Xmen or Manzu. 2 miles from this island. And this island begets a role for play during the China Civil War. A great role for play. Now we continue. Now 10 miles away from the city of Fuzhou. That's how they pronounce it. So the Chinese and they get names there. But with the Fuzhou. Approximately 100 miles west of Taiwan. 100 miles west of Taiwan. So 2 miles away from the main city to China, 100 miles, approximately west of Taiwan. So China gets more access, gets more closeness to this island than, the others. But let me continue. So when the nationalist government, listen to this now, otherwise listen properly and try to understand history. When the nationalist government, the ROC, the Republic of China, under Chiang Kai-shek, if not so they pronounce the name, under Chiang Kai-shek, the Republic of China, then realize that they don't lost control of the mainland China during the Chinese Civil War. So during the Chinese Civil War, also conflicts will take place. Now Korea as well, the Korean War also be in existence. You know, they end up for lose this island. They end up for lose this island. And this island be part of China. But just because of the civil conflict, you know, now it make them lose this island. And where are they going to take this island? Not to anybody different, but the same Chinese people. I will make you now understand this. I will make you now understand this. The U.S. policy towards the East Asia. The U.S. policy towards the East Asia. You know, early during the Cold War. During the Cold War, contributed the tension in the Taiwan Strait. The U.S. policy towards the East Asia, early Cold War time, contributed the tension in the Taiwan Strait. Meaning, whatever policy, and policies are not interest. When we talk of politics, always not interest. You know, whatever interest what the United States begets around East Asia, the Cold War will arise or will take place. Then the Korean War also will take place. Then the China Civil War also will take place. You know, and that contributes the tension will take place inside Taiwan. Inside Taiwan. So in 1949 to the early 1950s, the Americans then, the officials then, were prepared to let the PRC forces cross the strait and defeat the Chai. And when I this Chai again, China be the leader of the national or the nationalist government of China. Chiang Kai-shek. So what's in this the try for states now? The United States, we don't prepare for allow the PRC. We don't have the PRC, the People Republic of China. The People Republic of China. America ready for allow the People Republic of China for go conquer the Chinese man leader, the nationalist the leader, or the nationalist government at that time, you know. And the place for conquer them, you know, now inside China, but the best ground for feds also now the strength, which is Taiwan, because now an island, you know. So now let we continue. But again, the outbreak of the Korean War. What do you mean now by the outbreak? You know, the arises. Will the war become tiggy inside Korea? You know? So the outbreak of the Korean War inside 1950. What's happened again? The United States, what's in and do? They send the 7th Fleet into the Taiwan Strait. They send the 7th Fleet. And when they talk of the 7th Fleet, when they talk of a ship, a warship, you know, so they send a warship na this island for prevent the Korean conflict not for spread into the south. And when they talk of the Korea, when they talk of north and south, so north and south begin conflict or the division will take place. Where the American man also begin interest. So the American man not be wants the conflicts for spread go inside the south. Let the conflicts or the war go inside the south. So then send a fleet inside, you know, this island at Taiwan Strait. For make sure say then get artillery then there for secure and protect who are they? The South Koreans them against the North. So conflicts and they take place all over. And the American man there began interest outside. So they get interest in Taiwan against China. They get interest, you know, with the Korean War for protect or secure the South Koreans from the North, you know. And things just be they get messy. And again, doing anything in there, when they send this shipyard, the 7th Fleet, what's happened? The Chinese man and they vex. Anger the Chinese man. So what's happened before that history, you know, during the World War II, you know, China Civil War, Korean War, etc., etc. Repeat itself also 5 months ago. You know, the American man, they don't tell that they intimidate China. They don't tell that they intimidate China. You know, they don't say that they make China. But again, China gets a major landscape and a great population. And the DEPA thrive for be a global economical strength. You know, so what's the American man to do? They try to provoke China. The one let China act. That's not the whole truth. We're not going to think the American man are not ready for fight with China. They're ready. They want to let China just act. But China knows say they need for develop, they need for grow, you know, the economy. You know, now a franchise. So right now the NEPA gets by or multilateral ties them with so many countries there globally. And if they're going to war, it will cost them. Because they got for spend, you know, they got for loss. So why you try for be the or you try for work with the world greatest forces them in the economical aspect, you know, for be the #1 force, you know, then you go into war, it go cost China. The American man is well prepared, well planned, you know. It don't tell what they make, it don't tell what they pre-anticipate situations them, then just ready. So China, if you get sense, I think China have the excuse this. Just may not go help Russia, yeah. Then puts back the corona. Then puts the corona a lot. So for tell Russia say over right now, we get Poland in away there, yeah. We get people that will go through, you know, crisis internally. We'll get back there. I use the fucker there. Get that American man in. They back in the water area, you know, for defend, you know, Taiwan. So there's a conflict. And again with Thailand again on the parts of NATO, but economically, you know, they get a bilateral ties, a strong bilateral ties with the EU. So now the interest is what the American man gets inside East Asia. So I hope today my students, you know, you don't get the proper details on what you be concerned about, and also for make sure see other people in land, because not to all man know the histories there, you know, not to all man, and not to salon, you know, education. Let me say the school itself, you know, I don't think they will create any venues them for make sure say some of the knowledge there, you know, be passed on to the youth, you know. So if we need to teach salon history, how we go teach history about the world, you know. So Charles will get a job for do and a responsibility as well. A responsibility, you know. So Lord continue. I hope someone don't get that topic there, you know. So China gets for low. Russia would go rescue. And that way easy. Because even Sweden, all the things, you know, the Swedish people, all the things they go come to rescue one day. Another parts of NATO, but them vex past America right now. And they monitor Belarus. You know, Belarus, you just don't create. Now too, Mr. Alexandra and Putin, you know, when I want to guys them. They're going to snipe una very soon. Whether na snipers, they're going to take una out. Or now people are going for, you know, take una out. But una must go out. You know, dead or alive, the world say they want to out. So, low continue. Ethiopia. I'm not going to forget about Ethiopia. You know, we can conclude this very soon. But we're not going to forget about Ethiopia. The bedrock of Africa. You know, the Tigrayan rebel. That must someone there, I don't know. I don't even say rebel again, you know. That must someone there. They don't know the importance of Ethiopia. Would they allow the CIA them for continue for influence them? Because not say any other people there or groups say they confuse them people there, them rebels there. The CIA gets on to do with this, the Americans. and get hand for do with this. The rebel they don't retreat, an agreement we don't come, they don't surrender, but what's not an in-demand system? They say power, governments for help them. Power, governments for support them. Power, governments for give them humanitarian help. And if governments not fulfill to their needs or conditions them, I don't think some people are then go stop. The attack go blow first. Maybe another 1, 2, 3, 4 years. I don't say this thing you go no. But I need to check on the history with the Tigrian rebels stay inside Ethiopia. What they don't want them boku say they don't say they don't get money again, they retreat first, they go regroup, then go back back and say okay we don't retreat. After a while they come back. So what me don't think? The reason I make none of you will enter takes the inside this Ababa. Because the CIA, they're really afraid to forgive them. The ammunitions they wouldn't need. The day the CIA they offer the ammunitions they wouldn't need. Powerful ammunitions. They're able forward march inside Addis Ababa. And the day the CIA they do that, the world will not say the American man they really get on into the matters. And right now the American man they don't want to start blame the. The only country in Africa want to not conquer it. But then colonial masters there, and at the bedrock of Africa, and somebody want create history. And I think say the American man say, or the American man, then they on their route. They will create some conflicts there, and as CIA they work on the CIA. Then they will create conflicts in force for a while. Create conflicts there, till one day something arises, then then do what they need to do. So again, when I listened to my song previously, they talk say a nuclear war, and then people are the new occupation. The old concepts don't become the new concepts, are the same concepts. The occupation continue. Even inside Ukraine right now, not just an occupation. Their occupations they will continue. So I make we Africa, we need to wise up. We don't occupy we already. They just need for just say today we need to control them and EDB. Because the Americans them or the Europeans they get forces all over Africa. All over Africa. They get military base them all over Africa. So if number one they wake up and say today we need to control Africa, and it go be. And we're not gonna resist. We're not gonna fight them. All man is subject. We all gonna become a puppet again. Because why? Then we puppets, leaders they are, not just presidents them. Not to head of states them. Not to head of states them. Presidents them. So now that's task we're going for hit now this morning. Some more wisdom talk. More wisdom talk. I start and so I go look for, I go look for Enda. Mrs. Aki-Sawyer. We need impacts na Salombo. We need impacts na Salon. The contribution to the diaspora inside Los Angeles and not meaningful to Africa. We need impact inside Salon. We don't say conflict of interest stay between you and governance. But me, I don't know what you there about. The opportunities that you will create for yourself or for when I save them. How long it will last for now? Because at the end of the day, once you come out of power, believe me, you're not significant again to the world. Right now, you're significant. You can be more significant if you participate in a power. Because I'm going to say, like get ties then with this person. Maybe he will give me, way for life, do business or connections them. In other type of ways. But right now, so you participate in a power. But you need to make a difference. When you start this business, your initiative for clean free tongue. For clean free tongue. If you go down the street and still an initiative, but it's being said not for clean free tongue and initiative, now for expose them. Now your initiative. We go expose them. So Forget the exposure. We still need for clean frito. Frito and dirty. The messy. It is stink. We reach now frito. Frito gets your own smell. Only God knows. You know. So that's what I'm going to say this morning. Yeah. Now I'm going again to us Muslims the Savants, aka Bepeko. When I get a blessed day. Big up.